a guest here that I've been wanting to talk to you for a while. This is Kale from Nine University, and pretty cool guy, pretty interesting story. I wanted to, a lot of times on this channel, I try to share with you guys ways to make money and build a business. I know I just did a poll on the community tab, and one of the biggest things that you guys were requesting was like, I don't know what kind of business to create and I don't know how to get started. So I thought it'd be great to have Kale on here, since he's he's really helping a lot of people. And just so you guys know, I don't know if you know anything about Nine University or anything. I just want to kind of preface this by saying that we're going to get into the real deal here. This is not like just me promoting them. This is like, I want to ask Kale some hard questions here. We want to talk about exactly what's going on. We want to talk about the benefits of what he's doing. And yeah, I'm not going to make it at all easy for him, but hopefully at the end of this, you'll be able to come up with a good idea if this is something that can help you or not. So welcome, Kale.
I love it. Thanks for having me. And shout out to all your subscribers too. I'm kind of nervous. I don't think I've ever been on this many subscribers. So you have a great thing going, man. It's cool what you're doing. And thanks for having me. I love it.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. So let's talk a little bit about kind of, I mean, I think the place to start is really with your background. Like, how did you get started online and in business and all that?
Yeah, I'll try to give like the short, like 1 minute version, guys, because you guys probably have heard this story on all the stupid ads that we put out there. But literally, I played basketball my whole life. I'm 6'8". I don't know if you guys can tell, but like I'm a tall dude, And so I played basketball at Northwestern, at Drake, and here at Duquesne. And so the ball stopped bouncing for me, right? Like my career ended more suddenly than I thought it would. I was stuck in a cubicle, literally at Duquesne University, doing business consulting. And I'm sure many of you watching this have been in that situation where you're literally Googling how to make money online because you hate your current job, right? And so I did that. I found Amazon FBA, obviously, and I kind of just started on my own, just like, let's just do it. Let's just try it. And so I started selling cornhole lights. That was my first product. You play cornhole, man? Like the bag toss?
Yeah.
The bag toss game. So I sold the lights for the holes, and I actually did like $20,000 in revenue in the first 4 weeks. So it was cool. It just blew up. It was during the summer. I got pretty lucky, obviously. And so I bring my cornhole lights to church one day, and I'm bragging about my sales, and I meet Taylor, my business partner. You guys probably seen him, the bearded guy. And he's like, can I sit down? We want to talk about investing. He invests in the business. Long story short, we launched like 15 more products. We're posting on Facebook about it all the time. We're telling everyone, how we're doing. And everyone's like, teach me, teach me, teach me, teach me. And so honestly, it was like out of necessity, because I was spending hours and hours on Facebook Messenger every day trying to help people, and right. I just couldn't do it. Right. And so Nine University was born out of that desire to kind of streamline things, and it's gone way bigger than we ever thought. If you would have asked me this was going to happen, 3 years ago when I was playing basketball, I would have thought you were freaking insane. But, we have 150 employees now, 150 people on payroll. It's a massive company. It's a massive thing. And we're helping a lot of people. So I'm honestly just blessed and humbled by it all. It's been crazy, to be honest.
Wow.
But yeah.
That's crazy. So what, so like for those who don't know what Nine University or what Amazon FBA is, what's kind of the basics, like what are you teaching people to do? What kind of business would they be starting?
Yeah, exactly. It's just basically selling products on Amazon. It's the age old thing of buy low, sell high, right? That's what it is. But you kind of wrap your own branding into that. You do the research prior. It's very easy to kind of pull up what products are actually selling on Amazon right now. And then you just find a way to kind of set yourself apart, differentiate. You source the product, you get it over to Amazon. Amazon handles a lot of the fulfillment. Like they take care of, all the shipping, and obviously having the most trusted website in the world, a Corona-proof website, which is pretty cool. And you're just able to kind of sell using their platform by putting your products on there. So that's the process. It's called private labeling. That's what we teach here at 9U. But
right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with that. We've got so there's some interesting, obviously some people know who you are, some people don't. There's some, I already see the controversy brewing in the chat. So I think we should just address some of these things as it comes up, because this is one that I saw, and I got access to the course and I checked it out, and so I can pretty much guess what your answer is going to be to this one. But Red Pill Rebellion said these fake gurus had their course created on Upwork. So,
That's
so let's talk
hilarious.
about that. Was there a version initially that was created on Upwork, or some of it, or what?
Absolutely not. Never.
Okay.
Absolutely not. So I don't want to dig into the details of where everyone thinks that came from, but
Yeah,
uh,
let's not.
it's dumb to name names. But the post that I allegedly put on Upwork, if you actually look at it, was for advanced help with very advanced things like Facebook ads, like
Mhm.
ManyChat, certain extreme I'm a general practitioner of Amazon FBA, and I'm quite good at what I do.
Right.
But for certain things, you need a surgeon, right? So we went out to get surgeon level help for some very, very specific things, and we actually didn't even hire anyone. So we didn't even use it. But so that
Yeah.
all blew up. Everyone's like, you outsource your course. I would encourage you to go inside of the course and look at it. I mean, you saw it. There
Yeah.
are literally like, I don't know, 1,000 videos. It's all me and Taylor. It's all our computers, or it's Thomas, Taylor's brother, who's on staff with us.
Yeah.
And all of that knowledge is also now 3 years later, it's actually it's combined knowledge of me, Taylor, and our head of training. His name is Dax. He does literally $3 million a year on Amazon, has 150 products up. And I can show you I don't think he wants to show you his brand name, but you can talk to the guy if you want. Like, he's legit.
Yeah.
So you can say what you want, guys, but Upwork, give me a freaking break. Like, give me a break.
Yeah, and that was, I mean, honestly, that was the first thing I checked out when I got access to the course, because, obviously I want to make sure that if I'm going to have you on the channel, that what you're talking about is legitimate. And so I went to the course and I looked at a bunch of the videos, and I was like, okay, this claim cannot be possible, because your face is on like every video, like you're recording the video. So I think that's interesting. I thought it was interesting also that would even be a thing, because like with one of my companies, I was thinking about hiring people on Upwork to like create segments of the course. And I figured, to me, like, I think there's nothing wrong with that, because I'm putting together all this material, and like I'm coming up with the outline of what I want to teach people. And so, I mean, pretty much every single, like if you look at like lynda.com and pluralsight.com, and like it's all authors that they have hired to produce
Yeah.
the thing. So I
Like,
didn't even see it.
ghostwriting is a thing, guys.
Yeah.
Like, people do. I'm not. That is not what happened in this situation. But I think
Right.
it's funny.
But
I think it's funny how hypocritical it is.
yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. But so then some of the other things I think, that are worth discussing as well, because there's definitely been, and I think it's going to happen anytime you're high profile, right? Because I saw your YouTube ads, right, and it was like you're kind of countering the typical, like, here's my Ferrari, which was a
Yeah.
smart, I mean, a pretty brilliant marketing play, I think, because you have Ty
Thanks.
Lopez and that whole, like, everyone that
Here
copied
in my
him,
garage.
right?
Yeah.
And then you guys are showing a more like simple, not flashy type of thing, which, that
Yeah.
strikes people.
Mhm.
But anytime you get that kind of thing, you're going to have people that are going to hate on it. So we talked about the whole Upwork thing. Now, what about one thing that I did see, that I was like, okay, was was where someone showed a video of you asking people to report videos that were negative reviews for 9 University.
Yeah.
What's your take
Absolutely
on it?
not my finest moment,
Okay.
guys. Honestly, like, people make mistakes, and I do apologize to each and every person that is. I think I've probably paid up by now,
Yeah.
based on what's happened, because geez, people make mistakes in the heat of the moment. I made a quick video. I posted it in the Facebook group because I was frustrated, and the reason I was frustrated was because this review was a bad review on our channel,
Mhm.
right, about us, but it wasn't from someone who had actually bought yet, right? They had just kind of gotten on the phone and had a kind of a bad experience with that call. And that's on me. That's one of my employees, and he was immediately removed. Trust me. But that is on me. But it was frustrating because he didn't actually experience the true family that we have here at 9 University. And everyone who comes in sees that. Like, you can trust and believe that we have a family, and it's fantastic. So he hadn't seen that, and I was frustrated. And the best part about the story that hasn't been told is
Mhm.
that, yes, we reported that. Yes, I told people to do that, and I was stupid as hell, and I wish I never would have done it. Okay. But I also reached out to this guy directly. I had his contact info. I called him. Okay. And I gave him our top tier program for free. Okay.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
I'm not going to name his name, but he came into the program. He went through it for a month, 2 months. I checked back in on him. I said, hey, man, how's it going? What about your opinion about that video that you made? And he's like, dude, this course is freaking amazing. Thank you so much for having me. And he took the video down voluntarily. Like, there was an issue. again, I will be totally transparent with you guys. The video did come down. I think it was like a copyright thing. He put it back up. Seriously, guys, I don't know what happened. Like one of my students are kind of like crazy. Like they love us and they love our family. And when people attack our family, you know, I don't know, someone might've done something. Maybe it just came down. I don't know what happened. It came down. Okay. And then it went back up. Thank God, you know, he got it back up, and then he took it down voluntarily because he had such a great experience with the program that I gave him for free. So there's two sides to every story, guys. I get fired up because it's frustrating that people think stuff and you're just like, I did everything I could. I made a mistake, but I did everything I could to fix it. So
yeah, well, no, I appreciate you being transparent with that, because that's, you know, clearly, like when I saw that, I was like, oh shit, this is pretty bad. Like you can't like report videos that you don't like, because that's not, you know, that's not really like the fair, like that's not how it's supposed to be, how it's supposed to work. Because I've gotten a lot of people that are like, you know, a lot of MGTOW guys will jump on my videos and be like, report this video, and I'm like, come on guys, like if you don't like it, downvote it. But you know, I mean, yeah, we make mistakes, and so I'm to me, that's like, I can accept what you said there, that you know, that you acknowledge it's a mistake and you shouldn't have done it. So, you know, that's fine. We all make mistakes. So I just wanted to make sure that we did address that though, so that people are, you know, they're being able to see, okay, this is what is actually happening. This is what the truth is. And, you know, so the real question I think comes down to then, like, you know, I guess another one to address is like, and this is the big one, like I face this as well, which is like, one of the big criticisms is that, okay, all these people sign up, but hardly anyone gets results, or hardly anyone becomes rich. And, you know, and I just want to get your take on it, because you know, I definitely have a piece on this, but it's so frustrating. Like, I think someone who hasn't really been an entrepreneur doesn't understand, you know, understand that concept, right?
I don't know how to put it. I'll try to be empathetic with my answer, to be honest, but I think it's just it's just the wussiest thing to say. Like it's one of it's putting blame on someone else for something that I can never take ownership for, right? I could never guarantee you that you're going to come into this program and make X amount of dollars. And we would never say that to you ever. That is not what we want to imply. Entrepreneurship is hard. Entrepreneurship takes work, sweat, blood, and tears. And if you don't understand that, like you are in the wrong place, dog. Like it is not easy. It never has been for any business. Is Amazon easier, in my opinion, than many online businesses? Is it much easier than making a YouTube channel like this stud right here has done and build up a following? Absolutely, 100%. But it's not a get rich quick scheme. And we've said that a million times. So there's a failure rate with anything in life, guys, like literally anything. Why do you think all these small businesses have failed during this Corona thing? Why do you think that, you know, it's not guaranteed that you're going to get a decent job after you spent $250,000 to get a communications degree from a university, and then you're making $15 an hour? Like nothing is guaranteed in this life. You have to work for it. You have to fight for it tooth and nail. And so we are going to give you the best tools ever. I mean, Nine University, I encourage anyone to try it. Like we were going to blow your freaking mind compared to a course. This is not a course. Like I said, I have 150 people on payroll. Okay. Yeah. Like we're talking one-on-one Zoom calls with people that are doing six figures on Amazon. That's what you can get with me. And so like, if you don't have success with that, as someone's literally coaching you, walking you one-on-one through what to do, who's already done it, that's not on me, dude. That's on you. And so that's all I think. So I don't know if that was harsh enough, but you should have had Taylor on. He would have given a more nice answer. But I like people to man up a little bit, like to take responsibility for their actions. That's nice. That's great. I love that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that's, you know, because obviously, like I sell courses online through my other business, through Simple Programmer. And, you know, and even with the Bulldog Mindset here, I've got a Bulldog Mindset membership, and it's kind of frustrating when people are like, oh, well, you know, I didn't get what I paid for because I didn't like achieve this result. And it's like, well, I mean, there's a couple of things. One is that it's sort of up to you. Like you can have all the knowledge in the world, and it doesn't mean you're going to get the result. And then, you know, there is also a part luck to it, of course. Like every entrepreneur knows that you've got to like not only have the knowledge and do the work, but also have an opportunity that shows up. And some of it just takes a long time. I don't know how many times I failed in business, how many, I mean, even now, right? I'll launch a product. I literally launched a product like a couple of weeks ago, and I sold $99 to a list of like 60,000 people. And it was just bad product fit. I didn't have very good marketing, like emails and everything. And it's like, shit, like, I fail even with all the knowledge that I have in business. And so it's like, and it's
Did you
anything.
text someone? Did you email someone and complain that, that your business didn't work out though, bro? Like, come on.
Yeah. No,
Come
I
on,
mean, it's on
guys.
me. It's all ultimately on me. It's like, you can only give people the tools. And that's the thing is, I think there's so much, people want a guaranteed road, and it's like, there's nothing guaranteed, but you can go and get the best knowledge and best tools that you can, and then you've got
Yeah.
the best shot. And that's what I encourage people to do.
And the best argument I've got for this, guys, if you want to be really honest, is okay, so you're trying to figure out how to make money online, okay, and you're stuck between Amazon FBA. You want to get someone to guide you, or you're just mad at everyone because you're thinking, oh, this is a scam, it's a ripoff. Well, I would encourage you, if you want to make money, to
Uh-huh.
go and try to start a 9 university. Go ahead and try it. Try to compete at the level that we are at now, with 150 people on payroll, and with the amount of work that I know has gone into this. It is exponentially harder to do what I have done with 9 University than it ever was to do Amazon. Guaranteed 100%, not even close. Don't even take that to the freaking bank, guys. So if you're jealous or mad that the gurus or whatever are making money, well, then go do it yourself. But
Right.
good luck, because it's not as easy as it seems, and you need to know what the heck you're doing. So I would just do Amazon if I was you. But that's just my advice. And I actually believe that, not just because I benefit from it. I actually do believe that for most people, selling a physical product to a physical human being, like understanding that this has value to a certain market, is much easier to just understand. Most people can get their head around that. It's much harder to do any of this other digital, world that we live in, like media driven business is so much harder for 99% of you watching this. I guarantee that just understanding product to market fit with a physical human product on Amazon is much simpler. I promise.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No,
I'm on my soapbox now, man. I'm sorry. I'm
no,
off now.
I agree with that, actually. I mean, because like with the business I'm doing with Bulldog Mindset, right? I've been experimenting, trying to learn to do some Facebook ads now, and it's been interesting because it's like, to some degree, I'm like, I wish I just had a physical product, because then it's very clear, like the value proposition is very clear. Whereas I have to like people are like, what is Bulldog Mindset? Then I'm like, okay, well, I'm teaching you how to be a man. And then people are like, I don't need to learn how to be a man. Well, actually you do, because you have the appearance of a man, but you're not, you know what I mean? And it's like, you need to learn, Stoic philosophy. You need to learn how to like manage your money, get in shape, and to attract women and all these things. It's like,
Amen.
and so I have to educate before I can sell. And then when people are educated on it, then they see the value of it, and then they buy it. But that's hard to do. That's a lot of copywriting. That's a lot of understanding, psychology and marketing. Whereas when someone's like, hey, I need a water bottle, and it's like, oh, look, there's a water bottle. I like this shape. I like the branding or whatever, or the features
Yeah.
it's like, people can make that buy, and you don't have to really, it's not as difficult. So yeah, so I think there's a definite benefit for, plus, the personality aspect of it, right? Anytime you're trying to build like something,
So
it's a
true.
digital business, you got to like
Most
have
people
some
don't
charisma
have
on
it.
it.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. And I don't claim to be the greatest on camera now. But guys, when I first started, I could barely put a sentence together in front of a camera. Like, it took years of practice. Like, how long have you been doing this YouTube channel, man, to get to where you're at?
I think it's been probably like 7 years since I
Yeah.
started
So
like
guys, you want to
seriously.
put in 7 years, or do you want to like do something that's physical? Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's interesting argument. That's so cool.
But so I can definitely see that as making sense. So okay, so if I wanted to get started with Amazon FBA, what what's the basic, like, because I've definitely looked into this before, and I've heard people talking about it, but is it really like I'm going out and I'm like sourcing products on like Alibaba, and then I'm finding like, I'm sending them to Amazon, and then creating a brand, and basically putting them up as Amazon listings? Is that kind of the gist of it? What's the
Yeah, it's a great summary. I mean, you had it pretty much down. It's the best part about it is you don't have to have the boxes in your house, right, guys, right? Like
Right.
Amazon, you ship them directly from your supplier to an Amazon warehouse, and the Amazon warehouse will distribute, right? So basically you're not touching, it is a physical product business, but it has all the benefits of a digital business where you don't actually have to touch inventory, guys. So that's the main call. But the thing that I think that people like everyone kind of understands how it works, right? I mean, you just get a product, you make it better, you put it on Amazon, you see if it sells. But the thing that people don't understand is the nuance to it, right? There
Mm.
are so like it's not like there's no one trying to do this. Like turn on the news. Everyone understands that Amazon is dominant, and everyone understands that if they could just have a this much of that dominance of that
Right.
$2 trillion gorilla that it's becoming, I mean, you could have something pretty cool, right? So everyone understands that. So there is competition. So you need to know what you're doing. And there's a lot of nuances, particularly in product selection, particularly in
Mm.
product negotiation with suppliers, particularly on supply chain management, getting it across the ocean, particularly on listing optimization once it's actually at Amazon, and then pay-per-click advertising your product. Like there's so many different, every single one of those like 5 things I just said, if you tried to watch YouTube videos to do it, which is what I tried to do initially, and I lost $20,000 in the first like boom, because
Yeah.
it was just there's bad advice out there, guys. You got to know what the heck you're doing. It's got to be up to date and it's got to be accurate. But once you have the right guidelines, it's not difficult. You just got to have the right advice. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. And so, I guess the biggest skill that you need to learn is like you said, picking out the right products, knowing how to
Product. Yep.
negotiate the deals. And yeah, I mean, there's those pieces of it. Now, I think one of the things, well, I mean, I kind of want to ask you this question because like, I'm not understanding like, and again, like so many people are going to be watching this, like, cause I know what human nature is. And they're like, well, why is John helping promote this guy? Like, he's a scammer, right? Because that's like what people are like, I mean, like there's this buzz and I don't understand, like, cause I looked through the course material. I looked at what you're selling. Maybe it's the price. I like, or maybe it's because you were doing YouTube ads before and people are like, okay, well, Ty Lopez, whatever. Like, what do you think is the reason why people are so upset? Because even I looked at some of the reviews, like the honest reviews, and it's like, okay, well, this person, like the biggest complaint I ever saw someone making a review was like, I tried this and it didn't work, which I mean, that's
Yeah.
not like, it's not like a guarantee, but they never said like the course material was bad or that it didn't teach me the things I need to know. I mean, if someone says to me like, okay, the course is shitty, it doesn't really teach anything that actually works. It's, you go in there and you get ripped off. It's like, it's not worth your money.
Yeah.
Then I would hold some legitimacy to it. But I don't know. What do you think is like why are people so upset and attacking you? What do you think
Well,
the
people.
issue
Well,
is?
this is a unique situation, guys, and I'm not again not naming names, but there's kind of this negative force out there in the world, and those people, they have this outlook on the world, and they're kind of just running around. And I think maybe what you'll notice, guys, is the people that are that just are mad at the world. I don't know what they're mad about, but you just have something, you have a bone to pick, and you're just going to go out and pick it. Those people are louder. Those people are louder. My students who are crushing it and doing this stuff. I just got on a live stream with them last night. There was like
Yeah.
75 people live. It was so much fun and so positive. And so they ain't worried about all this nonsense. They're actually out there executing. You know what isn't executing? Typing a comment on a YouTube video. That's not executing. That is wasting your life away. Literally go and I don't think that I think that there's a vocal minority who doesn't actually do anything, who isn't actually running a business, and who just likes to hate on stuff. But go look through some of the actual real reviews from people that have, I would encourage you to look at people that have been in the program. Okay.
Right.
Because there's a lot of those good reviews out there too. I would say hundreds of people that have actually gone through, had success, and posted a review. So let's talk about the positive stuff. Let's talk about people that have actually taken action and then can report back on their experience. Why take the advice of someone who has never done it, never
Yeah.
actually been associated with me ever? Why take the advice of that person when you can have the opinions of hundreds, literally hundreds at this point, guys? I don't know what else I got to do. Hundreds of people who know me, know our business, know the family that we've established. Go watch their stuff.
Yeah.
That's my thing. And I'm sure it's the same thing with you. I'm sure people have come at you and been like, you're an idiot, blah, blah, blah. But the people that actually have gone through your stuff and actually know you and actually have have taken action and been an entrepreneur and not just someone sitting in their basement typing mean comments. Those are the people we want to hear from, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. The success. And I think it's, I think part of it is too, it's like, because guys complain all the time about how hard it is, especially in dating and all these things. And it's like, well, you know, you don't want to be like the average. You want to shoot for the top. Or like even like I would say that whatever course that anyone buys, or if they take your program, if they're going to be successful, they need to be in the top 20%. They need to like be the people that actually try their best to become the best. Otherwise,
Absolutely.
because not everyone, because I think one of the biggest complaints I think everyone also says is like, well, obviously everyone can't do this. And
It's true.
it's true, right? Yeah. So because
We disqualify way more people than we were. I mean, you should see
yeah.
our percentages. I would say there's this thing in life, it's called the 80-20 rule. I don't know if you guys know about it. 80% of your actions don't actually do anything. It's 20% of your actions that produce 80% of your results, right? It's actually more, in my experience, it's more like the 99 and 1. Yeah. 1% of your actions basically determine the 99% of your life. Who you choose to marry, that's a big decision. That will determine about 99% of your happiness. Who you choose to put your faith in, your relationship with God, that will determine a lot of things. And then the last thing I'm talking about is like your money. Okay, what are you going to choose? What decisions are you going to make with your money? What 1% decision are you going to do? And then are you going to put in the effort of the 1%? Because like it or not, guys, the world is not even playing field. You ever notice that Jeff Bezos is worth $150 billion? Why is it that 3 people in the US, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and Warren Buffett, are worth more than 50% of the USA population? Why is that, guys? It's not because it is, yes, the world's unfair and there are a lot of crazy things going on, but they have put in a 0.001% level of effort and work and had luck and just all of these 1% things that other people don't do. So if you're not willing to put in a 1% level of anything, you're not going to achieve the results. You're just going to be like the other 99%. And that's all I can tell you. And I've been telling you guys, watch the first video in 9 University. That is what I say straight up. Like, if you don't like it, you better just get out right away, because the first video is like that. So I'm pretty real. I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah, no, that's what I don't get. That's what, like, again, like, I know a lot of people are going to be watching this thinking that I'm a shill or something, but like, I just, like, after I looked at it, because I looked at all the information out there, like, and just so you guys that are watching know, like, I saw all the reviews, I looked at all of the stuff, I looked at all the press, and then I said, okay, well, let me look, let me see at the actual course, let me look at this stuff, and I didn't see, like like, it didn't make sense to me. It's like, okay, why are people hating on this? Because like I said, we already addressed the biggest thing. The biggest thing where I was like, okay, I don't know, like, I wanted, in fact, before we got on this live stream, right, we had a conversation. I was like, okay, I have to address this with you, because I'm not gonna, like, I want to know how you're gonna handle, like, the biggest thing, which I saw, which was the, like, asking people to report the video, and like, you had your answer for it, which was that it was a mistake. And that's, like, I mean, I'm okay with that. Like, so I didn't understand the whole thing, and I still don't get it. And there's still, like, people in the comments where it's just it's just insane. It's
should you want me to post on are we live? I don't even know.
Yeah, we're live.
You want me to call in the Abrahamson army? I mean, we'll have a fight in the comments. I didn't even tell anyone this was live, guys.
Yeah.
You're seeing the people on YouTube that have whatever, the people that are negative right now. I don't know why you're jumping on here and doing this, but I have 10,000 people who love what we do, and I can have them come here and we can fight it out. But what is the point, guys? Like, can we just all be positive and just have, like, a good experience together? Because literally, I'm just trying to help people. That's it. And I hope you can see that. But
well, and I think, okay, so one thing, like, I think maybe to address too also is the price, right? So maybe that's another thing that people are like, which it's kind of funny, because I mean, shit, I just literally but it's perspective, right? Because I literally just paid a guy $1,000 to get on a call with him for an hour to get some coaching. Like, yeah. To me, it's like that, and I thought it was a bargain, like a hell of a deal, considering that this guy was someone that has like 2.5 million YouTube subscribers. But yep. What's the price of 9 years? And I know it might change in the future, but like, just currently.
Yeah, I hate saying the price, because it could change, but it's not cheap. We're absolutely probably the most expensive. I don't know. I'll go ahead and own that. Like, okay, if you want something cheap, go buy something cheap. Okay. I'm not sitting here in a mansion. Like I'm in a 2-bedroom apartment in Pittsburgh. I wish I could show you guys our balance sheet and our profit margins. It's actually a pretty low margin business because like I said, I have 150 people on payroll. Most of the other courses that you guys take are 1 guru and 3 VAs in the Philippines. That's cheap. That's high margin. Okay.
Right.
I'm not doing a course. This is not a course. This is literally a platform where you get access to one-on-one to the help that you need, and photography, optimization, product picks. Like literally I have it all. I have everything, and it's all expensive to do. And it's expensive to hire people that are literally like people that are doing 6 and 7 figures on Amazon. They don't really want to work for me. You know, they're already doing just fine. Right. So I have to really incentivize these people to come and coach my students, come help my students, because
they could be doing it themselves.
Yeah. They don't need it. They don't need the money. And so like, if you guys think that I'm running this crazy like racket, trust me, the reason I run the prices the way they do is because I have to have a profitable business in order to help more people. That's it.
Yeah.
The prices are not crazy for what you get. For what you get with 9 University, I guarantee you right here, right now, go ahead and spend, I don't know, 1/4. I mean, it's probably the same price as like 1/4 at, or maybe a few, I don't even know the price of college, but good luck getting any. We have live streams 10 times a week in our elite program, 10 times a week. If you get on with a professor for, I don't know, your online class, what is it, like 2 times a week maybe, and the lectures suck and they're so boring, you're on your phone the whole time. Like you're on with a 6 or 7 figure seller 10 times a week in our elite program, and once a week with your one-on-one Zoom coach. Good luck, guys. I'm just saying, you're not going to be able to get this education anywhere else the way we have it. You're just not.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And, you know, I think, you know, it's good to position yourself as the higher priced product. That's something that I had to learn pretty early in marketing, and I did it wrong because there is a lot more costs in delivering a good product. And, you know, so then, okay. I mean, it's all relative. Like, again, I know that price is a weird thing because this video, like maybe you raise the price in the future, or maybe you lower the price. And so I don't want to, like, you know, force you to nail down a price here, but I mean, is it safe to say that people are spending over, you know, $1,000 or so?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So, and I think that's worth addressing, is like, because from a perspective, I think of someone who is just working a regular job right now and they want to get into an online business. You know, that might seem like a lot of money, right? Like, it's like, oh, if you're paying like $1,000, $2,000, but from the perspective like that I have, like as a business owner, like I literally pay people $5,000 a month to coach me on specific things. Like I was just looking at today hiring a Facebook ads coach, and I'm probably, if I hire this person, I'm going to pay like $3,000 a month to have them coach me. And it's like, that's, you know, that's some serious money, but to me it's like, it's nothing. It's just like a small line item on my business sheet. Because if you're actually successful in running a business, like, you know, let's say that someone invests, I don't know, like a couple $1,000s in your program.
I mean, we have programs that go over $10,000, guys. Like, you think I'm like hiding from the price? I don't know. Like, it is worth the money, and that the reason it's worth the money is because it's actionable knowledge, guys. You go to college and get a communications degree. That's not actionable. I mean, you get your first job and it's totally unrelated. Like I have an MBA. I have half of my MBA. I transferred my 5th year. It's complicated, but I have my master's of science in administration. I don't use that. It was, and if I hadn't played collegiate basketball, I would have had to pay for that degree. It would have been expensive. Northwestern University in Chicago is expensive. My overall education was at least $250,000 in value. Did I gain as much as I would have gained by spending the money for 9 University? Hell no. Like you are literally going to, we have a 14-day boot camp. I would bet anyone watching this to go through our 14-day boot camp. Okay. And I guarantee you'll learn more in that 14 days than you would have learned in an entire MBA. Guaranteed. You'll have a product picked out. You'll have a brand. You'll have all your stuff set up. You'll be on Amazon. You'll be Seller Central. You'll already be negotiating with suppliers. That's in 14 days, guys. You go through our whole program. You come to every live stream. You watch the 5,000 videos that are included. You talk with our fast track agents that are there 24/7. If you can't, I mean, it's on you. You have to execute and start this business, but at least you're going to have a business. You're going to have a real business selling real products to real people. And how many people can say that right now, right? Most businesses are out of business. Like the ice cream store down the road from you went out of business, guys. The Corona took over. So now you can have a business that not only is like good during this time, it actually is doing better during this time. Like we have students that their products are selling better without advertising because there's
Yeah.
so many eyeballs on Amazon right now. There are people picking up the app. There are grandmothers picking up this app that have never picked it up before. And they're not going to put it down, guys, because it's too good. It's just
Yep.
too good. And so I could go on for days. Clearly, I'll stop. But crazy that people would even consider the price when based on the value that you get. And I would encourage you to just try it instead of hating on it, because we'll blow
Yeah.
your mind. I promise.
No, I mean that makes sense, you know, because like I was saying, like I mean, if you do build a successful business from it, you're not going to be like, oh, I wish I didn't invest $5,000 or $10,000. Like, I mean, sure, like you know, if you're not successful, then you might regret it. But you know, like I said, like we both said, it's part of it's on you, and part of it is some luck factor that you know, but you know, what other shot do you have? Like, it's like if you're going to get something spoon fed to you and telling you exactly how to do something and start, which there's not much of that, you know, available, then hey, if you end up spending some money in order, like it's such a small investment in order to make a return, you know, even if you know, invest $10,000 and let's say that you make 20,000, well, shit, like you, that's I think that's a pretty realistic, conceivable goal for someone who puts in the work. I
Exactly.
mean,
It's so
not everyone's going to
realistic.
be like a millionaire from selling on Amazon. Like I think we both realize, like no one's going to be a millionaire. Not everyone's going to be a millionaire from creating any kind of business. There's never a guarantee of
No.
that. But yeah, even if you just make your money back, like you'll have learned something and got it for free, essentially. So yeah, that's, I don't know. It's really hard to convince people of this though. But
It's okay. It's not for
um,
everybody.
yeah,
It's okay. Like, we don't have to convince everybody. And honestly, not, and you're right, not everybody can do it, right? And entrepreneurs understand this. Like, entrepreneurs understand that it takes skin in the game. It takes money to make money. I mean,
yeah,
I started my Amazon business $50,000 on credit card, so it's not like you can't be creative. I don't want people to do what I did because it was kind of, it was scary, but I did it. Like, I took the steps and it was the best decision I've ever made in my life. So I can't sit here and lie to you guys and tell you, oh, you should go to college. You should get a 9 to 5 job. You should sit at that desk for 40 years and then die. I
right,
can't sit here and lie to you guys and tell you that's great. I can't sit here and lie to you and tell you that the people that are in the comments saying negative things have actually probably not, they might not have actually done it, guys. You probably should listen to people that have actually done it.
right,
Right.
yeah.
That's my thing.
Now, what about like what, you know, and I don't even know the answers to this question, so I'm just asking this just out of curiosity. What about your refund policy? Do you have, like, if someone signed up and then they're like, you said they watched the first video or whatever, and they're like, oh, this is not for me. I'm not ready to do this.
Absolutely.
How does that work?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, digital content is hard, like, because you don't know, like, geez, people come in, they could watch the whole thing, they could screenshot the whole thing, they could down, I mean, and just take off on you. But we're so, again, I don't want to say the exact details because it is different for some of our software and some of our photography, and also it may change in the future. But I will say that we are the most lenient in the industry. Like,
Mhm.
we are literally like, we don't want people to be mad. Like, our whole, like, why does that help me if you're mad and want your money back and get pissed off? Like we got your back, guys. We're gonna take care of you. But our real goal is to motivate people and make sure people crush it. And so I will say the maybe a few times that, like, it's been like a struggle is it's not even been a struggle, but it's just like been a one or two emails back and forth where I will try to, like, you ask for a refund or something, I'll try to say, like, I know you can do this, man. Like, don't
Yeah,
quit. Because I've seen people that quit and I'm just like, but trust me, we're super lenient. It's super above board. Like, we want to just make sure that people are taken care of, and it doesn't do us any good to have you mad. So we just want you to be happy. That's all we want.
yeah, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. So and but if someone like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like scenarios, like if someone looks at the course material, like they buy the course and they're like, okay, this is not, you know, what I want, or this doesn't um look like it's going to be worth it for my money,
Yeah.
would you then give them a
Oh
refund in
yeah,
that case?
absolutely. They're within
Okay.
the refund window. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Because I understand, like, a lot of people do scam. Like it's hard. Like, I don't even process my own refunds. I have someone else do it for me because it pisses me off so much when I know that someone literally bought the product just to like download it and then ask for a refund.
It
It,
sucks. Yeah.
yeah, so like the people do that, unfortunately. It's like one of the things.
Yeah,
but
it's just part of
but
the business. It's all right.
yeah, but I also count on the fact that like if people are successful in their, and they, in their earnest, that enough people are going to buy, and they're not going to like try and scam you just because they could scam you. And that's always been the difficulty, like, with refunds is that people, unfortunately some people take advantage of of you wanting to help them, and offering that. So yeah.
Makes
So
sense.
okay, um, I don't know. I'm trying to think what else to really discuss here about it. Well, what's the thing like? Again, I want to really focus in on, someone who's in the audience here that maybe they really want to build their business, they really want to start something.
Yep.
Like, what do they need to do, like, to set themselves up for success here? Because we
True.
already kind of talked about the idea that, like, of all the people that buy the course, obviously not everyone is going to become a six-figure Amazon seller, right? It's going to be a
100%.
small percentage of people. I think there's probably a good percentage of people that should be able to at least make some money, because if you follow all the steps, I mean, I look through the course, that like I don't see how you're going to like come up with
I
nothing.
wish I would have got you in the Facebook group, man. I'll get you in after this. Once you get
Okay,
in the
okay.
Facebook group, it's
Yeah.
like that's when the blinders come off people. Like these are real human beings. Like go talk to Michael Vale, the Cedar Sense brand. Go talk to Bobby Pullen. Go talk to Kyle Stevens. Go talk to Dax. Like my dudes who are crushing it in the groups. Like they're not shy about their results either. Like they're posting their Amazon screenshots. I'm not telling them to do anything. And so you can see and get motivated by the fact that people are actually doing this. But like, yeah, if you're sitting there and you're wondering, what should I do? Should I go for it? Blah, blah, blah. I would I would take a good look internally at yourself first, right?
uh
Because I think the whole conversation that we've had today is basically just ripping the curtain back and revealing that this is, I don't want to, I'm not even being sexist here, but this is just the way I would phrase it. It's like, it's a time to man up.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Like if you know deep down that you can be an entrepreneur, then nothing's going to stop you anyway. The only thing that's going to stop you is your mind and quitting, literally quitting. Like, but once you've decided I want to start a business, then you just then all the doubts should be in the rear view. You go through the selection process just like a smart consumer would do. You read all the reviews, you do all of your stuff, you check out who's providing the guidance. I would really encourage you, even if you don't work with Nine University, I would encourage you to get some guidance, because I tried it on my own. I tried the trial and error thing, and it's not good. It's not good, guys. It's not what you want to do. There are so many mistakes that you can make on Amazon, and they're expensive mistakes. Like, they're way more expensive than the cost of Nine University. One inventory order can crush you if you pick the wrong product. Okay. So I would encourage you to get the right guidance. We have the right guidance, so I won't be bashful about that. Come and check us out. Check us out on YouTube. Come and check out the training. Come and hang out, and we'll see if we can do this thing. And we're not even going to really, like, if you come through the whole process, we're actually vetting you guys too. Like, to be real, like, we're trying to figure out if you can actually do this too. And we want it to be a good fit on both sides. We don't just want to work with everybody. We do have a lot of students, and we have a lot of, success with those students, but we don't want to work with every mom and pop down the road who doesn't have two nickels to rub together, because they're not going to be able to do it anyway. So
right.
our high price actually does us kind of a favor too, because if you think you're going to start Amazon with $500, you're deluding yourself, right? You're not.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, just the idea of like so many people, they complain that paying money for like, or they don't like people selling online courses. And it's interesting, like, just in my own perspective as an entrepreneur, like I learned most of the things the hard way, right? Like, I'm a real estate investor as well. I never took any real estate courses,
That's
and I
awesome.
never had a mentor. And the amount of fuck ups that I had, like, I'm a good teacher because I fucked up so bad. But
Same.
if I could, if I could go back in time to my older self, I would have just hired a coach. I would have just like
Oh
found a
man.
course on what I was trying to do, because I mean, all the shit that I've learned from creating a YouTube channel and trying to, create a blog and creating a digital product and selling that stuff, like, I coach people now, and I get them to the point that took me like 6 years in like a year or a year and a half. And it's because I just know what to, tell. And so it's like, I don't understand when people complain about paying money for online courses, and, oh no,
Oh
these
my
gurus
gosh.
are selling you information that's available for free. And it's like, No, it's like packaged. It's like saving you time and money in the long term. And like you said with Amazon, like you can really fuck up if you order a
Exactly.
bad product and then none of it sells, or you're selling at a
Guys,
loss. Like,
you're
yeah.
so information is the last thing I'm selling, guys. Like I've said 50 times, it's not a course. Okay. Like if you think that if you come into Nine University and your experience is that it's a bunch of videos, you didn't do it right. Like these are real. The reason I have 150 people on payroll is there are real human beings, consultants who are doing this and doing well and are up to date, up to the minute with the best practices for Amazon, actually physically helping you out one-on-one. Okay, so that's a lot different than a course, guys, and that's why it's more expensive. I forget what I forget what your question was. I was just trying to plan off what you were saying.
Oh, I don't know if I was really. Oh, I guess
Oh, just
yeah.
paying for education. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
paying for
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Like guys, I think one of the reasons, another reason people don't understand this is because a lot of you guys out there, and it's okay. Like, I wasn't a business owner before this, but you're not business owners yet and you don't have employees, right? When it really clicked for me that it made sense to pay for things like this is when you start to hire your first person, right? Like when
hmm
I hired my person to optimize my advertising. This is kind of a software for Metrics, but it's called Metrics for Amazon FBA. It optimizes your PPC. But when I hired this person, this software, and I realized that it was doing it so much better than me. I mean, I know my stuff, but it was crushing me,
yeah,
absolutely just beating the pants with me. And I was like, I mean, if I didn't know that, if I didn't know to hire this person, I would have missed out, right? Same thing with any hire that you make. You just you get boosted so high. And that's the same with your money. Like you can either try to do it on your own, or you can use your money as fuel and buy the time of someone who has literally done it before you, stepped on all the landmines before you, so
yeah.
that you don't have to step on those landmines. And if that's not valuable, guys, I don't know why there's education. Why is there universities? Why are there coaches? Why do basketball coaches have coaches? Why don't they just play? Like, why
Right,
don't they just go out
exactly.
there and freaking throw the ball up and play? It's because the coach has been there. They've seen the situation before and they know how to organize their players. So it's with anything in life. It's very important that you have the right mentor and education for anything. Go
Yeah,
read a book
no,
then.
yeah.
Sorry, I could go on.
No, it's very true. I mean, I think this is just one thing that, like, again, like I'd say to everyone watching is, like, even if you don't, if Nine University is a good fit for you, like Kale was saying, like, go watch the reviews, go read the reviews, like, go, and especially if you can talk to actual students, I think that's going to be the best thing, because they're going to have the actual experience, and really talk to the successful people, because you want to know, like, if I were going to enroll in it, I would want to know what made those people successful, right? Because realistically, that a majority of people are not going to achieve high levels of success, no matter what kind of resources you give them, right?
Exactly.
So figure that out. But even if you, like, look at 90% and like, nah, I don't want to do that, I want to do something else, then I would encourage you, and I'm sure Kale, you probably have something to chime in with this as well, is go and find, in fact, I'll say this, like, I went to one of the big powerful things that I learned from Tony Robbins was the idea of modeling, right? And the idea that you go and find someone who's doing what you want to do, and you go and pay them for their time to learn it. But that's what I'd encourage you guys to do, is make sure that you do that, because I learned so many lessons the hard way, and
It's
you
true.
can find people who already know it, right? So, like, being
Yeah.
like, the thing that I'm like I said, I think that maybe the reason why I was, like, so wanting to talk about this is because I get so upset with people that don't want to pay to learn something from someone else, and it's just such foolishness, like, to be that way, when that's, like, the most valuable. Like, I spend probably 10% of my income on personal development, on things like learning, going to seminars, going to conferences.
Oh my
And heck,
gosh.
I mean, I've paid $7,000 to go to one fucking seminar before, and it's totally worth it. Like, it's like such a return
Oh
on
my gosh.
investment. But
So
yeah,
true. No, I mean, you hit it on the head. I mean, there's not much more to add to that, guys. It really is kind of a dichotomy of people that for whatever reason they don't think they need to pay for education. They just call it all a scam. But then there's the people that are in the trenches who aren't worried about this debate. They're worried about executing. I would
yeah,
challenge you, if you're out there right now, to just understand that yes, ideas are extremely, extremely valuable, right? They're so valuable. But the real value, the real people that crush it with 9 University are those that execute, right? They have all the guidance, but they do it, right? They execute, they put in the work, they crush it. And one other thing, just what I was thinking of, I know you paid a guy, like pay a guy $1,000 for a session. Great. You learn a ton. I think that's smart. But I think a lot of people aren't as, they don't have the presence as you. So like maybe they reach out to that person that you reached out to and they don't even get that call, right? Because they don't, that guy's like, I'm not wasting my time on you. And so that's a lot of you guys watching this probably. And that's why I think a program like 9 University, again, I know I'm biased, guys, but the way that we've packaged access to 6 and 7 figure sellers makes sense. Like otherwise you're not going to be able to like go try to just hit Dax up on Messenger and be like, hey Dax, I know you have 150 products to manage and you make $3 million a year on Amazon, but can you do like a one-on-one coaching session with me? Like he's not going to mess around with that. Like, cause he needs someone like me. Yeah. It's like, he needs someone like me to organize his time, to package it all together and deliver it in a beautiful package that actually is way more valuable than one guy who might not be that attentive to your needs. It's actually an entire system built around the idea of making sure you have the best experience ever, right? It's better to have 150 people who care about you than one dude who may only care about you because you paid him $5,000 once, you know?
Yeah.
That's my opinion. But
no, yeah, I agree. I mean, it gets pretty expensive. Like if you want someone that's really successful for their time. I mean, heck, I do coaching, right? I do one-on-one coaching and I charge $1,500 an hour for my time.
And you should, and you absolutely should, because not because of you being selfish or you want to buy a Lamborghini. I don't know if you have all that stuff, or I don't really care if you do. It's not selfish because he's weeding out all you people out there who aren't committed. Like someone who's paying $1,500 is ready to go and is going to get value from that. He doesn't want to waste someone's time for $200 who's just out here wasting time. That's the most valuable thing that we have. So the fact that you charge $1,500 an hour for your time, that I respect the shit out of that. That's great. I love that.
And I mean, I literally don't have a lot of time. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I have to, my price keeps going up because I'm like, how many hours am I going to devote to helping other people one-on-one versus creating things that help more people? And it's like, but that's like, and I'm, moderately successful, multi-millionaire, but like compared to like some people that are like, if you're trying to get the time of someone who's like a deca-millionaire, or like, I mean, like, let's say you try to get a billionaire time. I mean, well, how much you're going to pay? Like, I mean, I think Tony Robbins.
It's not for sale.
Right. It's not for sale. Like Tony Robbins coaching, when I went to his seminar, it was like, I think it was like $1 million a year for his coaching. And there was like a 5-year wait list. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. But the
he's
people
coaching billionaires. Yeah. I mean, what do you want to do, guys?
But it's worth it for them at that, at that price to get that kind of thing. So, so real quick too, also, I want to, maybe this will be a good question. Cause Grant Collins had asked like, what lessons, teachings did you learn when your courses didn't sell? I don't know if he directed at me or you, but I think that might be like just a good segue, because I know Grant is going to be working on some courses as well. And I could kind of answer, but I kind of wanted to get your, like, how did you get to this point on this? So I guess I'll answer his question real quick, but which basically, like, I would say that the lessons I learned when my courses didn't sell was that I didn't have a good offer. The offer was usually the most
so true
thing,
product market fit.
Yeah, because the marketing, like, I can be really good at copywriting and I could be good at sales and all of these things, but if the offer isn't good, then that's the most important thing. And the particular, to the particular list, right? To a different, if you're trying to sell ice to Eskimos, for example, not a good, doesn't work so well. But I guess, what I would be curious to hear from you, kind of along those same veins, is because some people are actually looking to buy or to sell courses, or to do, even though we've kind of discouraged them, based for most people, right? I think some people can be real successful at it. So how did you
discourage anybody? No.
What did you do to grow so fast? Because I mean, you started this, I think you said 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you're way bigger than I am. You're way bigger than like 95%.
We're number one in the world at Amazon FBA Consulting. I know. Trust me, I don't know. I think the number one thing, and the reason, and we've had such a good talk today. I really appreciate you taking the time in. It's just being yourself, being genuine. Everyone says it, and it's like a buzzword, but for all the like 2 people hating in the comments or whatever, there's probably 1,000 people that identified with me and Taylor. Right?
Right.
They're like, that tall dude and that freaking dude with the beard, those dudes are real. Yes, they're not perfect. Yes, Kale's an idiot and has made stupid mistakes. I'm kind of a hothead, but I will not apologize for that because I'm a beast too. Like I put in 16-hour days for 3 years to get to where I am right here.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to sit here and act like, oh, it just happened to me. Like it did not. I was authentic. I told the truth the entire time. And some people like it, some people don't. And it's worked out pretty well. Like it's been great. We built a loyal following. We've built people that care. We've attracted. The best part about being authentic, guys, if you're selling a course, is that you will attract the people who you actually want to work with. Right? Like yeah. I'm not attracting people who are big wusses and want to sit in their basements and make $5 million in 5 minutes. They don't come work for me. They probably just make YouTube videos about how I'm an idiot. Like they don't want to come work at 9 University because at 9 University, we have a group of people who do stuff. We have a group of people who are a family who care about other people, who have huge hearts, who help other people out. Like I get emotional. Like, I don't know if you can tell, I'm not making this shit up. I got on a live stream last night with 75 people who I would never have known because of this. And I literally popped a beer. They were drinking beer on the live stream. And we were literally having the time of our lives, learning together, asking questions together, a literal virtual family that is on the same mission and just crushing it. And that's what you can build if you sell a course. Like if you do it right, if you do it the way where you're like, I'm just trying to get rich quick and I want to buy a Lamborghini, baby. I'm going to sell 100 courses for $10 million. I'm going to buy a Lamborghini. I'm going to be out. I'm going to have my VA manage these people and it's going to be great. Then good luck with that. Like you're going to end up just like the rest of the gurus, and it's not cool. You have to understand that a course is more work than the thing that you're teaching them to do. Way more work. You have to put in hour upon hour and hour, build a massive team of loyal people who care about people. And then it's still never over. Like it's a beast. You think I'm out at the beach every day, guys? No, I'm at this desk in this office every day trying to help people and try to do this thing right. Because doing it right is hard. And it is with anything.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. That's a good answer. That's it's a hard road. Like that's there's no way around it. Like I was just doing this Instagram post the other day saying there's no shortcuts in life. Like and there really isn't. Like, I mean, the closest thing to a shortcut in life is learning from someone else. Like that's what. But even still, it doesn't shortcut you from doing the work and actually putting in the time and the effort. So
there is such a thing. Sorry, I'm talking way too much, but there is such a thing as a lever, guys. A lever. Yeah. You have so much time, you have so much effort and energy and to put into something. But if you're like, let's picture it as a hammer. You have a hammer, okay, and there's a nail in the wall, and you want that if you hit that nail into the wall, you have success, okay. But there's a lot of people out in the world who don't have a hammer. They have like their finger, and they're just like banging this nail, at a 9-to-5 job, or they're doing the wrong thing. They're dating the wrong girl. They're wasting their time. They're drinking on the weekends, and that nail is never going to go on the damn wall, guys. No matter how hard you hit it, you don't have the right tool. But if you get the right business, if that works for you, it doesn't have to be Amazon. I don't even care. Get a business model that works for you, and then you get the right lever, the right coaching, and you just beat the crap out of that nail. You're going to have a better life, I promise. But that's the key.
No, that's true. Very true. Someone said in the comments here that all that information can be acquired from $10 books. And I think that's funny.
Does a $10 book coach you 24/7? Does a $10 book make 7 figures on Amazon and get on a Zoom call with you, look at your pictures and say, your picture sucks. Get a better picture. Hey, your listing is not optimized. That first keyword in your Amazon listing needs to be replaced by the one that you have in the 50th position, dude. So I've done this before, and you should probably switch it. Does a book do that? Is a book live? Is a book a human? Yes. Yeah. I don't know. I could go on.
Yeah. No, I think it's funny because even if it were in the book, and I think there's probably some business models that he might be right. Like obviously for this, it's not, but maybe like there's, I read a lot of books and I've gained a lot of information from books, but at the end of the day, when you compare, it's so funny because like, again, this perspective, right? It's like, okay, when you actually are successful and you build a business, if you're making like let's say you're making $200,000 a year in your business, you're not going to go through your QuickBooks expense line items and say, oh, fuck, I spent $10,000 on this course instead of $10 on a book. What a fucking idiot. Like
God, I'm
you're like,
so dumb.
it's gonna be so marginal when you're actually successful. Like it's so funny that people have this. I mean, I guess I understand like if you're making like $10 an hour, $15 an hour, and
You have to bootstrap it. That makes sense to me. I mean, the only way it
yeah,
makes sense to me is if you are working a minimum wage job, you have no access to credit. Credit can make a minimum wage job feel like a much bigger job, guys. But if you don't have access to credit and you're working for minimum wage, well, you're gonna have to read books, watch free YouTube videos, and you're gonna have to find a way. You're gonna have to
yeah,
grind it out. And I understand that, and I actually applaud that. Like, go on Craigslist, flip some stuff on Craigslist, like all the Gary V mindset shit. Hell yeah. But
yeah,
we're not
yeah.
really talking to that crew on this lecture, right? If you're watching this far, you probably are more serious and are
Yeah.
ready to do something serious,
Yeah.
right?
And it's better. I mean, like, the thing I always tell people in that situation is go get some like education to get a better job first, right? And it doesn't have to be college education. Like learn
That's
some
good
like
advice.
you can learn to become a programmer, you can learn to be a copywriter or a
Yeah,
salesperson, right? These are all jobs that you can like literally learn from books and on the internet, and then go get that job. And then now you're making like 80, 90 grand a year. Now you can afford
that's
to
good
invest
advice.
in building your business because
Mm-hmm.
again, you don't want to like necessarily like go if something is so expensive for you, then maybe it's not for you. Like if you're making the comparison between like, oh, this is a $10 book, like it's so funny that people may, again, I guess maybe it's just from my perspective, knowing that like as a business owner, like being successful, like making money, that I don't care, like literally when I buy something, I don't care what the price is, like when I'm buying something for the business. Like I mean, to some degree I care, but for the most part, like if there's something that I need that's $3,000 or if it's $6,000, I don't give a fuck that there's a $3,000 difference. Like it's literally like, okay, well, I need
It's
the thing
your
for the
ROI.
business.
Yeah,
Yeah, if
it's
it provides
ROI.
me the value, then it really doesn't matter. Not that I'm just like throwing money everywhere, but I don't know. I think that's just an interesting perspective. So
Yeah,
back real
good question.
quick, and then we should probably wrap this up. But I did want to talk a little bit more about your growing, because I'm interested in this as well. Which is, so do you think that, like, because you said like with the personality and being genuine, and do you think that one of the things that really boosted you was getting those, like going and investing in YouTube advertising quickly
Oh
and
yeah.
getting kind of viral YouTube ad videos going there?
For sure. One thing I do tell everyone, because obviously I'm very Amazon focused. I know your audience does a lot of cool things, which is amazing. But I
Mhm.
will say that Amazon pay per click, like basically the engine, it's basically Facebook ads on Amazon, guys. You pay Amazon to promote your product. I would say is like honestly 100 times, maybe 1,000 times easier than Facebook ads or YouTube ads. It's just
Right.
much easier. It's much simpler. But obviously, yes, the Facebook ads thing, you have to. It's competitive. I will say that. Like
Yeah.
if you've watched any of our videos, it's not like you're sitting there bored. You either love us or you hate us, but you're like, dang, those guys have energy. Dang, those guys have something going on, and they're saying, they're making sense. Like you have to have some serious on-camera presence to to do any type of scale like we've done. I promise you, because like
Right.
it's
Yeah.
expensive. The clicks are expensive. The optimization is hard. You need an expert. I mean, either you have to be a expert, or you have to hire one of the best in the world if you're going to compete at the level that we compete at. So not only do your videos have to be best in the world, your ads guy has to be best in the world, and then you have to fight like hell to stay compliant on all the platforms, to tell the
Yeah.
truth, to it's tough. I would not, like I said it earlier on, doing what I do at 9 University is a billion times harder than starting an Amazon business. Billion
Yeah.
times harder.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, believe me, as I'm looking through and trying to get Facebook ads running and all that stuff, I'm like, shit, I need a fucking degree in this because it's a lot. It's a lot
You
of
have the
stuff.
organic pull though. I mean, good for you.
Yeah, there,
You've built
yeah,
this organic YouTube channel. We kind of gave up on you. I mean, we're back now. We're 7 days a week. If you guys like anything I'm saying, we're 7 days a week on our YouTube channel. If you want free information, you can go and subscribe. But we stopped filming YouTube videos for like 12 months, or maybe it was like 6 months, because we realized that we had to put our focus in ads, or we were going to go out of business. Like we'd
yeah,
invested way too much in the infrastructure. We'd invested in all these people, And we had all these people, in the breadbasket trying to, they're experts at Amazon, but in order to scale and to get to a place where we could be profitable, we had to focus on ads. We didn't have time to wait for the organic stuff to pull. And the organic stuff takes time and patience. And we didn't have it. So
Yeah,
we're back now, but
yeah,
yeah.
it's true. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I want to get ads working, even though I've got the organic going. It's a lot of effort, and and it doesn't scale. Like it doesn't scale on my demand, right? It's like ads do. So no, that's awesome. I mean, that's another thing too. Like, again, there's going to be plenty of haters and everything, but hopefully, like, you guys listening to Kale here, I'm not like, I'm not on anyone's side. I'm not trying to, like, I'm just trying to, like, get the scoop, because I think what made this an interesting, it's just because of all the controversy and stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, what is the actual real, scoop with this? So hopefully you guys got, something from this, the honest, like, what's going on, and you can check it out for yourself, or not, it's up to you. But I wanted to give Kale a chance to, like, I feel like people have been treating him very unfairly in a lot of the stuff. And it's like, maybe you think I'm biased, but I'm trying to be as objective as possible. And it just so happens that a lot of my experience as an entrepreneur lines up with his. But I'd also say, something that also intrigued me, which just the idea, like, I mean, clearly you've been, you've been extremely successful. Like, so, and people had the same, like, criticism, like, that, at one point I was talking about Ty Lopez, and they're like, oh, well, he's a scam artist. I'm like, clearly he's a good marketer. Like,
He's a
clearly,
great marketer.
right? It's like, you might not like what he's selling, and you might think that that's a scam. I disagree, because I actually, like, bought his thing and looked through it. But
It's pretty good.
yeah, but he's a great marketer. And so it's like, if you think that you can't learn from someone who's a great marketer, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, I like the proof is in the pudding, right? I mean, like, at the very least, like, someone should know about you, that you understand marketing, because it's not like every Yahoo is building a huge online presence and selling, thousands of courses. It doesn't happen. So even if someone said, okay, well, I don't like the course or whatever, that's a different thing. But, like, to completely, dismiss you or Nine University, it doesn't make sense, because clearly you've been able to build that up and be successful at doing that. So clearly,
Well, I'll stand by them. I'll stand by. I mean, I'll stand behind our product. I'll stand behind our employees. I'll stand behind my people till the day I die. You'll have to put me in the ground before I admit to you that I have a bad product. Like,
right.
it is the best. It is the best way to learn Amazon FBA on the planet. I've said it before. I'll say it again, and I'll keep making it better. And I'll still be sitting in here working 16-hour days to prove it to you guys. So regardless, at the end of the day, the truth wins out. Okay, guys? There are people out there on the internet, and when you get to a certain level in your life, like, people hate Warren Buffett. Dude's worth 90 billion. People hate Jeff Bezos. People hate Elon Musk. Elon Musk is he's like our generation in a bottle. I don't understand it. People hate you because you have success. That's great. But I just want to win the long game. My thinking, I'm not worried about this. I'm worried about delivering value to my people, and that has paid off and will continue to pay off. Okay. And it always will. So I would just encourage anyone out there who's watching this, and you will experience this at some point, is to grow some thick skin. Stop worrying about the people that say, I made a mistake. And we talked about it earlier on, where I let someone get under my skin and it cost me big time. I never should have done that, but that was the last time. Trust me, it isn't under my skin anymore. I understand that I'm much better off ignoring that crap and delivering value to your customer. Because if you put your customer first and your employees first, I usually put my employees even above my customers, because they're the ones who deliver to your customers, right? But you put those people first and you actually treat them right, and you actually build something of value. No one can ever take that away from you. No one can ever take Nine University away from you, because it is a family, and you will see that if you work with us. I promise.
All right. Well, thanks, Kale. I appreciate you taking the time and sharing your experience. And yeah, guys, go check it out. Go see what it's all about. Like I said, I tried to be as objective as possible here.
I wish I would have seen the comments and stuff. Were people actually watching this? Was it live?
Oh, here, hold on. Let me end the. I haven't ended the live stream yet, so let me. I'll end it. But yeah. Anyway, guys.
Thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. Seriously, hey, I thank you for watching this. Watch this. This is a great channel right here. Keep grinding. Do it. Like, just put in the work. Stop stop wondering why your life isn't different and go do something about it. Right. I encourage you to just take action after this, whatever it is. Doesn't have to be 9 university, but go do something. Right. Because that's what you got to do. So appreciate you for watching, guys.
Awesome. Take care, guys.